You stole my heart, you intercepted it. Now you're gone, have to accept it. Did I meet your mom too soon? Or did I do what I always do? Yeah, we made it to the 50, and then you kissed me. We made it to the 40, a new love story. We made it to the 30, and you did me dirty right then. You put the end in tight end, and as I touched down, just like you in a game, I'm in another town, and nothing feels the same. Wish I could go back when we met that day. Oh, whoa, and throw a flag on the play.
Well, those are. Did he get
I
shrunk?
was thinking more Pixiv, but you know.
Dude, I got questions.
Whoa.
Whoa, what is going on here?
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
It's like a
That
penis.
actually looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. Hold on.
Wait,
All stop. If you want to listen to the rest of this one, you got to go to his channel. Okay, Elasman has a song now. I gotta hear the quack. Oh
How did this
my!
happen?
What?
Oh my!
The unholy
Dude,
fuck is that?
Welcome,
What?
welcome, Mandy Winters.
Oh,
We got, dude. This is a Outer Pangea Crapcast exclusive here. Live reaction. Look at this.
That's fucking gay.
I fucking love it already.
yes!
Magic on a creator guy who likes to draw. He's got a thing for ducks and holds them in awe.
Yes.
He's a little different and definitely a little odd, but his character is a duck with a macho body.
With a macho body.
He's ready for the and the people that take hard knocks. It's mental and energetically wild. The art looks like it was double down. His books are all about peace. He's ready for the feast. He will not be released. I am told Alice is an Irish man, but it's hard to tell.
Oh, this is
With
great.
that bronze tan, he hero
Yeah, you got a new intro, bro.
Samuel.
Have you ever had any therapy?
Oh no!
Oh, talk to you, chat.
He's ready for the feast. He will not cheat. Police call him the Duck Lord.
Duck Lord.
Duck Lord! Duck Lord! Yeah!
Watch him poop his shower shows. And watch him post his tunnel. His books are all about peace. He's ready for the feast.
Dude, my gun hurts. Oh, God.
Police.
What the hell is that?
It's a clock person. You're such a detail. It's a clock
Books are
person.
all about
Oh, it's goddamn clock people, damn it!
He's ready for the feast. He will not
I'm dying.
police.
Wow. Goddamn clock people. We're back.
Woo.
Absolutely beautiful.
Oh no!
twist the lie. Clutch stunts in my 745. You drive me crazy, shorty. I need to see you and feel you next to me. I provide everything you need, and I like your smile. I don't want to see you cry. Got some questions that I gotta ask, and I hope you can come up with the answers, baby. Girl, is it you love me now? Would you love me if I was down and out? Would you still have love for me, girl? Is it you love me now? Would you love me if I was down and out? Would you still have love for me? If I fell off tomorrow, would you still love me? If I didn't smell so good, would you still hug me? If I got locked up and sentenced to a quarter century, could I count on you to be there to support me mentally? If I went back to a hoopty for my bands, would you poof and disappear? Like some of my friends, if I was hitting, I was certain would you be by my side? If it was time to put in work, would you be down the ride? I get out and feel a nigga kept chillin' drive. I'm asking questions to find out how you feel inside. If I ain't rap, cause I flip burgers at Burger King, would you be ashamed to tell your friends you're feeling me? In the bed, if I use my tongue, would you like that? If I wrote you a love letter, would you write back? Now we can have a little drink, you know, a nightcap, and we can go do what you like. I know you like that. Like, girl, is it you love me now? Would you love me if I was down and out? Would you still have love for me, girl? Is it you love me now? Would you love me if I was down and out? Would you still have love for me, girl? Is it you love me now? Would you love me if I was down and out? Would you still have love for me, girl? Is it you love me now? Would you love me if I was down and out? Would you still have love for me?
Circle in. Batman. Ethan up, yum.
We have some slight breaking news. I don't know if I'd call it breaking news, but for me, it's breaking news. Might be even a game changer, I think. Let me take the graphic off here for a second. And I'm going to have to take off this. Mic check 1, 2. Yep, I'm coming in clear. Let me check my audio. Yep, it's using the good mic. I'm coming in loud and clear. Back to the graphic here. There we go. But yeah, it looks like bitch. No, stop. Carol, stop it. I'm giving an important announcement. When I give an important announcement, I expect the respect of not being spoken over or typed over. This is getting to be a point where it's like, see, now you're encouraging everybody else in the chat to be abusive and horrific to me. Does nothing to you people. All I do is I hit the go live button. I come in here and I give you knowledge and entertainment and wisdom and fun. And how do you repay me? With violence and abuse. Lots of violence and plenty of abuse. I don't like it. I feel attacked. Every time I come on here, I feel attacked. Just when I give you guys butters, you come at me with mayonnaise. By the way, the breaking news I was going to say was that BitChute has live streaming capabilities now. I was actually trying to figure it out and trying to see if I could get it to live stream tonight's show. Because what BitChute does is it mirrors my channel. So all my live streams do get uploaded on BitChute anyway via the mirroring, but not live. So that's a game changer. If I can figure out how to get the stream key and the server URL from BitChute and put it on the StreamYards, well, I think we have a game changer. We have the ability now to live stream on Twitter. BitChute. Actually, what that means is that I can actually stop on Twitter because nobody's really watching me on Twitter, as it seems. It's fake numbers. There's an audience out on BitChute like there is on Rumble, and I got how many people are currently watching me on Rumble? I got 2 people on Rumble, and my YouTube numbers are kind of low right now, but I think it's because a lot of people are out for the holiday because tomorrow is the 4th of July, so I guess I expect a small number tonight. But then again, like within the first half hour, I don't get those big numbers anyway. They don't come into like after the half hour mark. People get the notification late. So if you're watching the stream right now, feel free to share the URL, get the word out right now so we can get more people. Because something happened on Twitter to me. I know you aren't. I know you say you aren't, Carol, but I'm on to you. I have the receipts. So you could victim shame all you want, but I have all the receipts. As I was saying, I'm being shadow banned on Twitter, and I'm not like joking. My posts are being hidden. They keep saying unavailable. Let me just show you one screenshot, for example. And this is slightly off topic from the stream, but I just got to share this with you because why not? Let's see. So right now, there we go. And let me get rid of the graphics so you guys can see it without hindrance. But my replies they look just like this. No, not that small. I'll share this tab instead. So yeah, so like if I reply, it comes off like that. Post unavailable. See? It's a whole string of these. Post unavailable. And it's actually very, I don't know what word to use on that, but it's an epidemic, and a lot of people are telling me this. So one of the ways I can skirt that is by quote tweeting, but that's kind of weird to do it often. So I don't want to just have to reply with a quote tweet to get my point across. Carol is happy that I'm being betrayed by fellow Slum members. Well, I don't care. I do my own thing, and I always will, because I have a beautiful audience that watches and follows wherever I go, and they come and they follow. But yes, feel free to share the stream out there, get more people in. Guy in his room is here. He says, BitChute haven't been there in years. Neither have I. Like, BitChute kind of died off a little bit on me, but they actually upgraded their interface. If you go on their channel right now, BitChute, they actually upgraded their look, and they have live streaming capabilities now. So that could be a potential game changer. That was something that they haven't really been able to get or set straight on their platform for a while. Now, if they can get the ability to actually get people paid on those, it's a legitimate competition for YouTube. So I'm always all for competition. So next week, I'm going to try to configure my StreamYard so I can live stream out on BitChute too. because I'm getting some decent traction on Rumble. I got 2 live viewers now, and I just got another follower on Rumble. So people are starting to follow me on Rumble. And despite the low view numbers there, when you compare it to the subscription counts, it's actually very decent. So Jolly Green is here to harass me. He says, "Don't draw today. I don't want to get a sick stomach." Well, just for you, I'm going to draw because now I want you to get sick. I'm gonna polarize and just go against what you say. I want you to get sick now. And when you do get sick, I want you to send the hospital bill to Carol Colors because this is her fault. Everything around that happened to you guys today is Carol's fault. Send her the bill. Monkey On says, "Hello, fellow D enthusiasts." I'm not going to read that word because I don't want to get struck. Guy in the room says, "YouTube is straight up tyrannical now with the guidelines." Oh, very much so. But I'm all for rivalries, competition. So let us support other independent platforms like Rumble and Odyssey. Those platforms are not perfect either. They're actually they're very flawed in their own setup, but we also have to do our part too. So, really, Carol? Really? Is that so? Well, thank you for letting me know because now I'm going to strike Doc when I see him. Oh, we have an early appearance by Compop. Hey, Compop, how are you? Our good friend Colin is in the chat. He says, "Greetings, fellow Shadow Band members." Yes. Or memers, I should say. Yes, fellow Shadow Band memers. Yes. So I do love D, said Lady Fairlane. Well, not that kind of D. I'm talking about the D that is misrepresented for B citizens like Road Warrior Drake. That's the kind of D I'm referring to. But I see what you did there. Guidance says, "My videos get more tiny bit views on Rumble. People say Rumble views are fake." I don't know. I don't know how true that is, but So who knows? Massive Panda, how's it going? I saw Valley Law early in the chat. Hail Valley Law. Massive says, "True, the guidelines are ridiculous on YouTube. They crap on Peter Samedi on the regular, who's the most inoffensive, nice guy in the corner of comics YouTube." Yeah, Peter Samedi is one of the few comics people that actually sticks to comics and is actually getting a decent audience. He knows his stuff, and we gotta build those channels. The thing about this, okay, and I slightly go off topic here, but I'll do it because why not? I like these streams to be organic. We do the indie comic outliers, and we're going to be talking about Mike Mignola in a second. But when it comes to the slum streams, variety is good. You got to have the Wiggle Crapcast streams, but you also got to have Dark Gift streams too. You also got to have the 12-hour Lord Raptor streams and whatever the hell the Dillard is doing. Whatever streams he does, whatever, I don't know. But it's all variety. And it's good to have variety. Because if every stream is the same, if we all did the same type of streams, we wouldn't have a bigger audience. It'd be the same people going from one stream to another. And let's be honest, some people that watch those streams don't watch my streams. But then I got the few that watch mine that don't watch theirs because they're tired of the drama, they're tired of the back and forth, they're tired of crap that has nothing to do with like the creative spirit and the love of comics. And I get that. And, I don't mind a little drama here or there. I don't mind seeing the shit show happen once in a while. But I think after 2 or 3 hours of that type of stuff, I just tune out. And I think last night I was dozing off. I couldn't anymore. It's like, shit's in the air right now. So, I've had a very bad week and a half personally, but we're not here to talk about that because the bad part of a person's life doesn't sell books. It doesn't sell comics. It doesn't inspire creativity. So you don't go to a Starbucks, for example, and order their Java chip and sit there for 20 minutes, listen to the cashier's sob story about how things are going on in his life. He's there to give you his product, smile, and to wish you a happy, good day. That's how you make money. A lot of these creators don't have legit customer service skills, so they don't know how to really like connect with people, and they think that this whole D is D, says Lady Fairlane. Huh. Well, I suppose, Lady Fairlane, sure, why not? But they lack the basic customer service skills, and they don't know how to put on that professional smile and say, "Hey, I hope you enjoy my product. Here, let me entertain you for a little bit." We have an appearance by Edwin the Ace Acevedo. His book, The Ace Volume 3, is live. I think it's live on Kickstarter, I believe. Is it Kickstarter or is it currently Indiegogo? Wherever it's at, let's support it. If you haven't bought it already, it's a very interesting looking book, very quirky looking book, and the art style kind of fits in with the Outlier stuff that I've been showing guys lately. So, Let us do that. Oh no, Carol says our good friend Kirby is helping out with a. Okay, so in other words, Carol, what you're saying is you have a blacklist that I have to look out for. So now I got to put names on a blacklist and get you all demoted and get you all targeted. That's what you say because you're going after a trademark now. Now this is officially personal. I take everything you see now going forward personal. Everything. Jolly Green says, Lasman, have you seen this music video about you? Can you play it? Are you talking about the Burka Man? Because it's one of my intros now. I played it. It's actually people like it and it took advantage of my suffering and pain. So Guidance Room wants me to answer this question. Should Biden step down? The world is waiting on your take on this. If the world wants my take on this, then we're fucked. You think the world cares about my take on anything? There's a reason why I marginalized a Guidance Room. I'm marginalized because nobody cares about what I think on anything. I'm just there for the POC quota. Because if it wasn't for me, it'd be all white in the space. So I bring diversity in this community. Nobody loves you, Carol. They're just saying yes to you because they're afraid. I'd be afraid too. I actually am afraid of you. But you didn't hear that from me. Haunted says Peter Cimenti's still doing his thing after all these years, but I wish he'd expand his artist roster. He's been through a lot when dealing with bad actors at Alterna, but he's holding strong. Well, he's got his reasons for doing things his way, and it works for him. So, just support him if you like what he's doing. And I think more of that needs to be encouraged in our space, but it won't be. But the little that can be encouraged, let's do it. Jolly Green says he likes ducks and he holds them in awe. Yeah, that's one of my intros now, my edited version of it. But Burka Man did that song. If you haven't already, sub to his channel. He's got a lot of good stuff on there. So, Massive Pandas. I'm waiting for that King Cryptic campaign to fulfill. That shit looks pretty awesome. Yeah, the King Cryptic stuff from Cimenti and Alterna, it does look pretty dope. It has that retro feel from like the 80s. I love it. I really do. I like that look a lot. Guy in his room says, marginalized? Stop making me hungry for roast. I see what you did there. Hada says it's Jover. No, it's not good, Carol. It's not good. And yes, I am marginalized and discriminated against. Even Twitter is discriminating against me because now they are shadow banning my posts all over. So now I was going to do today's stream on the creator of Karmatron from South America, but someone said, you know what? HellBoy is kind of trending right now because that new HellBoy movie is coming out, which I didn't even know they were making. Like, I totally didn't know they were doing a new HellBoy movie. And it's their second reboot. So it's like the third Elseworld HellBoy movie. Second reboot. It's not meant to be taking place in the same universe as either of the two Hellboys, which is odd. And apparently Mike Mignola has his hand on this one. He's apparently very involved in... Cal, I'm trying to give a message here, and you're throwing violence. Stop with the violence now. Stop it. So, yeah, there is. You know what? And since we're doing the Mike Mignola, let me look for that quick trailer. Hopefully I won't get struck for it. I doubt it, though. But I'm going to show you guys the trailer. And when you see it, it reminds me of like an independent horror movie. It's very weird. It's a very weird look to it. But I would argue... I'd actually argue that it almost looks similar. His physique looks very similar to Mignola's HellBoy. Let me share the screen here. Since this is on par with what we're talking about, might as well go ahead and just show it. So here we go. This is the trailer for HellBoy, the Crooked Man. I'll offer a little commentary so that we don't get struck, because I don't think we're gonna get struck for it. This is commentary. Lady Fairlane's happy about it.
Evil. It smells like death.
And I think we forget that the HellBoy comic is kind of
Dark things called dark things.
I heard tales about him all my life. Most just called him the Crooked Man.
And it has that very weird low budget look too. It looks like a for all the like a Netflix movie.
We've got company.
All your friends, they all gonna die.
Put that there. Why not? Yeah. See, it's
They all
it
gonna
has that like independent horror movie look to it, and it's very jarring. It's very jarring. Massive Panda says it's like how it's like how I had no idea another Mad Max film came out until your boy Zach posted a bunch of videos about Furiosa. These trailers don't even make it into my algorithms and news feeds anymore. Yeah, that this trailer kind of snuck up on people. It totally snuck. Like again, I had no clue they were even making another Hellboy movie. And yeah, it does look like an indie movie. That's what I looked at it. I said, wait, how is this a Hollywood movie? How is this a major in production? Like I totally get the independent feel to it. I totally get like it's going for a more horror vibe, like with the comics. But it's very jaded because you could tell it looks very subdued in the special effects department. The Blair Hellboy Project has got his room. The Blair, I'm not reading that. Helmets put you up to, didn't he? Totally. Jolly Green says, I heard another stream that this was Mignola's favorite story, but also one that could be made with a low budget. Yeah, Mignola is definitely involved in this one. That seems to be the selling point of this one, is that Mignola is completely involved with the story here. So this is probably the most Mignola approved Hellboy adaptation that's out there, from what I heard. Feels like a fan film and not in a good way. That's the vibe I get too. It's got that fan film vibe. Like I respect that Mignola is involved in this and he wants to do it his way, but it really feels very subdued from a special effects standpoint. Yeah, I mean I don't want to judge it yet because I haven't seen it and I haven't heard reviews about it, so it's hard to say if this is going to be a good Hellboy movie. I mean, the last Hellboy had a lot of special effects, some of it not good, and a lot of people said it wasn't good. So, and I haven't seen it, and I have no desire to see it. But a lot of people said it wasn't good. It wasn't as good as the Guillermo del Toro, Ron Perlman Hellboy movies. So, Master Pan, I'm sorry, but Hellboy works much better on paper. It's like you almost need Mignola's art for it to be a legitimate piece of Hellboy media. Whatever. You know, it's interesting you say that because there are characters, and I'm so glad you said this. There are comic book characters that are synonymous with their creator and their art style. I was asked this question in the last stream, my draw stream, about how I felt about giving Road Warrior Drake over to another writer or another artist. And, you know, I said, Drake is synonymous with me. Like, I'm not keen on handing him over to another writer or maybe a writer or something down the road. I'll let another writer take on a Road Warrior Drake story under the understanding that all Road Warrior Drake dialogue, meaning the character himself, will be approved by me. But you know, I would be open to maybe another writer doing a separate story. But as far as like an artist, it's really my character. So I wouldn't necessarily be open to having another artist take on, much like how Murata does one. I wouldn't have that with Road Warrior Drake. He's synonymous with me, and whatever people think of my artwork and the style that I choose to go with, that's the style that's going to stay synonymous with the character. And I think, Massive Panda, you've kind of alluded to the fact that Hellboy, to you, is synonymous with Mignola's art style. And as you call it, it's a legitimate piece of Hellboy media. So you kind of understand where I'm going with Road Warrior Drake. And I want you to, when people ask, remember this conversation, remember this back and forth, this exchange between you and I, because I think you understand. Let's hope Mignola isn't as bad as being involved in movies as Frank Miller was. Just saying. Yeah, you know, I just because he's involved doesn't mean it's going to be good. So I kind of go in with very reserved expectations. So I totally feel you on that one. And I'm talking specifically about the spirit. Yeah. Absolutely. I like the earlier Hellboys with Ron Perlman. There was a campy action movie feel to it. It was fun. Those movies were a lot of fun. The special effects were good for what they was. They were a lot of fun. So I totally am with that. With the original Mignola, not the Mignola, the Guillermo del Toro movies. So yeah, we'll see where this one goes. I'll be on top of that with the word of mouth. I have the comic, a simple story with limited characters in a forest setting. Oh, you talk about the story that is being based on, that the movie's being based on, right? Yeah, and Mignola, we're gonna look at some of Mignola's art style in a minute, because one thing about Mignola is, as I attest to with Master Panda, his art style is very synonymous with Hellboy, but it doesn't work with other characters, and we're gonna look into that in a second, because this is an interesting experiment with Mike Mignola, because styles that work with some characters don't work with other characters. And you're gonna see you'll see the inverse of that as we do these series more and more. I'll be harping on this point too. So and yeah, you're gonna see exactly why this whole emphasis on quote unquote good art is an empty battle cry, because again, good art is subjective, because no one's gonna say that Mignola's art is good until you see it with certain characters and say, hey, that's pretty interesting, that's pretty dynamic, that works. But then when you see with other characters, you're like, oh, that doesn't really translate well. It's going to be an interesting experiment when we look into it. Hello, Katie. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. We're here to discuss Mignola and Hellboy. Massive Panda says, did you like the Golden Army too? I definitely appreciated the first one more, but that's just me. Nice. Oh, guy in his room, not happy with Katie's presence, but hey, everybody here is welcome, because as long as we're talking about my content and engaging in our content, that's how we roll. So, but feel free to banter amongst one another. So, and have fun. Student of God is in the chat. Hello, Student of God. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. We just played the Hellboy trailer because it goes into the conversation about Mike Mignola and some of his art styles, especially with Hellboy. Student of God talking about the Golden Army. I have the I have the Blu-ray of both movies. I think I'm gonna just go back and watch them both again, and maybe do a review of them. Maybe not, but I'll talk about it at some point. But yeah, I think I need to review those movies again, just to get away from the computer, get away from like the internet, from streaming, and just go back to just watching. Because I watched Cemetery Man the other day. Since we're on the topic of comics, Cemetery Man is loosely based on Dylan Dog, and I enjoyed that movie. I watched it again for the first time in years this past weekend, and I enjoyed it. This is great filmmaking. This is entertaining filmmaking without propaganda, without left-wing propaganda, just good storytelling and just fun characters and the craft of filmmaking. But that's a whole different conversation. Great being here to see Louis. Stop stealing KSS's horrific jokes. By the way, where's KSS? What happened to the real king of the slums? Someone needs to let KSS know that his kingdom awaits him. Massive Panda, it's kind of like how Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles works better as the period piece. The gritty New York rooftops and streets covered in trash. That slick, updated look of the live-action Michael Bay ones, nah. Yeah, definitely, totally not into the Michael Bay movies. I wanted to give them a chance, but totally not feeling it. So, Student of God says, I have a crush on Katie Ditt. I said I can fix her. I didn't say I have a crush on her. How dare you misquote me, Student of God? That is a slander of the highest order. My boy Centurion says, what's going on here? We're doing a boring comic book stream where we talk about indie comic outliers, as I call them. You know, the kind of artists that wouldn't necessarily pass muster in our indie sphere, aka CG, but still did it anyway and became very successful. And we're going to spotlight these artists because they break the norm in terms of what some would consider quote unquote good art. So, yes, everybody wants to learn. If you're here to want to learn, please learn, please teach, please share. That's what I say. Please share. She might be a spy. Well, you know what, Carol? I'll tell you what. If she's a spy for you, I will block both of you. I will block you both, and you could spy on me somewhere else, because I will not allow the racism that you spew on me, Carol. I mean, I guess what I mean to say was that I disagree with your assessment, Carol, but we will take it up another time. Thank you. Michael Bay should stick to dumb blockbusters that are not IPs. I like Pain and Gain, fucking hilarious. I can't think of a Michael Bay movie that I haven't seen Armageddon, so maybe I should watch Armageddon and then I'll decide if I like that one, but I don't know. So I was just microaggressed because you didn't read the full chat. Well, you kind of bombard me with that one because you see you guys don't get it. I come and do these streams, right? And I talk about my indie comic outliers, and then you bombard me with your own version of aggressions and racisms and attacks. See, look, like Student of God is clipping me, trying to malign my good ostracized shadow band name because I don't know. No, I don't do pronouns. I don't do pronouns. How dare you say that about me? I am not a pronoun guy. So scroll down more. Okay. Anyone see it? Yeah, of course you would. Of course you would, Cal. Absolutely. You totally would do that crap to me. But it's okay because I have all the authority in the world to judge you. So, hey, what are we looking at here? Why, that is a cover for The Death in the Family. This was drawn by Mike Mignola. So before he did Hellboy, Mignola was a penciler and an inker for DC and Marvel back in the day. So yeah, before he did his little Dark Horse shared universe with Abe Sapien and Lobster Johnson, he was working for Marvel and DC, and especially DC. He did a lot of covers for DC. This was one of his famous ones, The Death in the Family. And then there's an interesting one here for his Batman collection. He did the world's greatest superhero collection. He did a Batman, Superman, Swamp Thing. You know what? Swamp Thing, I gotta find a Swamp Thing stuff because Swamp Thing perfectly fits with his style. Because Swamp Thing is a very horror-related comic. So, and you can see his early signs of his style that he would later implement for Hellboy. Very gothic. He plays with a lot of red. The thing with Mignola is when it comes to his colors, he plays with a lot of red and black or red and dark blue. It's very, very dark colors. I wouldn't say like apocalyptic. I think that's the best term for it. It's very apocalyptic in their look. Oh, you're still talking. Why are you talking Michael Bay? We're doing Mignola. Wrong mic. Leave Bay at the door. We're doing Mignola. Haven't I seen Armageddon? Because I haven't. That movie came out in 1998. You know what happened in 1998? TriStar came out with their Godzilla movie, and that really upset me. That was a traumatic year for me in terms of cinema. Had it not been for the Mask of Zorro, I would have sworn off movies completely that year. But the Mask of Zorro actually saved movies for me that year. So I didn't get to watch many blockbusters because of Godzilla 98. So I will give Armageddon its fair shake, and then I'll let you know what I think of it. Massive. A guy in the group says, I still feel Michael aggressed, literally shaking right now. So you're gonna victim shame me because of that? You want victim shame me? We can do that, you know. I'll go back and forth with you. I don't care. I'm giving you butters and you're throwing mayonnaise at me. Totally not right. I love Batman, so this is pretty cool to me, says Katie did. Yeah, this is one of his more famous covers. We're not discussing Armageddon. Stop it. Drop it. You're taking away from Mignola's spotlight. See, you're hurting Lady Fairling's feelings. Even she's mad. Let it go. Master Panda says, Mike Mignola did an issue of Superman 88 that features Banshee. His Mignolaisms are still in their infancy, but you can see the origins of his style. It's a really cool issue, to be honest. Yeah, I think going back to like his early Marvel and DC stuff, you can definitely see like he does what many artists do. They look for their style, they test it, they play around with it, they experiment with it, and then when they do their own character, they go all in on it. Yeah, I like that limited color palette too, Hothead. And you can see that it's similar to what I do with my character. If you see like the white, blue, and the black and the grays, I play around with that palette, and I'm getting a lot of. By the way, I did get some feedback on the first 10 pages of Beastus and Road Warrior Drake, and they definitely had good things to say about the artwork. So the improvement in the artwork is paying off. The sharpening of the style is paying off. Just doing a mic check 1, 2, good. So yeah, the style is paying off, and as you attest, to it, Hothead. The limited color palette does enhance the visual look of the book. In Mike Mignola's case, the red and the blacks and variations in between of them. So I totally see value in that. And I think you do too. And a lot of people do too. And it adds to one style. I think it's Superman Volume 2, issue 23. Okay, so that's where you can look at to see his Superman work. By the way, do you think he was a better Superman artist than Jim Lee? Because that's being a thing discussed right now about Jim Lee being a good Superman artist. Not a big Jim Lee fan. I know some people are, but I prefer George Perez as Superman over Jim Lee's myself. But Carol Color says, I'm going to be Batman at work next week. And then if I change my nickname on the schedule app, it will print the nickname on the weekly schedule. So next week I will be Batman. Well, I'm totally glad that I'm not the only one you harass and undermine. Maybe Batman can take some of that bird off of me for a change. His entire style is unique. There's nothing like it. And what we're going to see Master Panda is, as we get later into some of his work, the style works great for HellBoy, but you're going to see how it doesn't work in other things. So I know you're laughing at me. Oh, you're Blackula, huh? Well, good. I hope that it helps you with the usurping of the POC community, Carol, because you do good at that. You're good at that. Compop says limited palette is good. Also like flat color. Yeah, that's another thing too. Is his flat colors. He rarely uses shades and highlights. It's flat all around, and for his style in HellBoy, it absolutely works. And nothing wrong with flat colors too. But sometimes he doesn't do the flat style with HellBoy. Sometimes, but we'll look at some examples of that in a second. But here is one of his HellBoy covers. This is for his the first 20 years of HellBoy collection. And you can see, like, with the solid colors, he uses a lot of blacks for shadow. So there's no like darker shade of red, there's no lighter shade of red. It's one color and then the black for shadows. And then looking around at the characters around them, same thing. They're solid colors, but to indicate depth and shadows, it's all black. Let me remove there we go, so you can see it better. Let me increase the so you can see an example. Just study the flat colors, because all those are flat colors. There's no shades or darker, lighter versions of any of it. Oh, look, we have a Dario sighting. Yay. He says, Mignola says some fucked up shit to Ethan at a con, and it broke my heart, but his X-Force issue 1 is one of my favorites. Yeah, I should look that up, right? The X-Force stuff. Let me find that up for a second, because I was showing the earlier Batman stuff. Let's see. Let me see what he did with the X-Force while we look at his HellBoy stuff. Let's see. What's a good example of his? Oh wait, this is a great example right here, right? I think so. Let's see. This is from X-Force #1 remastered from December 2018. Let me look at it. Oh yeah, this is totally Mignola. There you go. And again, like his coloring is also indicative of his style. Again, we look at the flat colors, a lot of blacks and flat colors, and look at the background of the fire. It's the same style with the reds. And the thing is, he adapts. He adapted his style to coincide with the expectations laid upon him by Marvel and DC. In this case, Marvel. So his trademark and his strengths are the flat colors with the blacks for shadows and highlights. Heavy inks and textures are chef's kiss. Simplicity. So it's about the simplicity. It's not so much the simplicity in his style; it's simplicity in his colors too. And with the simplicity, he's made it very effective and very complex. Master Panda says, Mignola's line art is perfect for the flat color style. Preserving light space with heavy solid blacks is clutch. I wish I could do it like that. See, this is why I do these streams, because you want to be able to observe the various styles that a lot of these creators implement, because there's a very limited view of what's considered art in our comic sphere. And someone like Mignola would have a hard time breaking in because of that. But he broke in at a time when there was no limited space. The comic sphere was vast, not just in the mainstream, but more so in the independent space. We just got, and you go into the 90s, and we just came out of the American underground comics movement. So there was a wider range of styles and stories and experimentation and visuals. And Mignola was definitely a part of that. So definitely a part of that. And I think we are in a good time where we can actually appreciate this. And it's good to have the ability to even look at this stuff and appreciate that it exists, because if not, okay, testing 1, 2. Let me see. Did you guys hear what I said? Okay, it went off a minute. It went off a few seconds ago, so you guys didn't miss much. I was saying that us artists are unstable, because if we were stable, we wouldn't have the endless hours of blood sports and streams and casts and all that stuff. So we're not stable people. So I don't know. Okay, so I don't know what happened with Mignola and Ethan, but apparently there was a gun involved, from what I've read. I don't know. Again, I don't know the full details, but it was discussed somewhere. But it was at the C2E2, I think, back in 2010. So if somebody wants to look it up, I can read about it and we'll share it. But I think in 2010 there was an incident between Mignola and Ethan Van Sciver. So I don't want to give too much because I don't know too much. But something had happened. It was like words were exchanged, but not as severe as I would make it out to be. Hail, Billy Parmax, welcome here. I never read HellBoy. I'm just here for memes, says Colin Lamping. Hopefully you'll appreciate and enjoy some of the style. We were just going over Mignola's X-Force right here. This is an example of his Marvel stuff. I just showed a little bit about the DC stuff. We didn't go too much into his Marvel stuff, but you can see that his signature style is here with the flat colors and the ink work and the solid flat shadowing. Massive Panda says stuff like this is what could save what's left of the comic book industry, not whatever bland, gimmicky, AI looking cover art diarrhea they put out these days. I really hate this trend of like YouTube streams, especially in our sphere, in our comic sphere, that's heavily reliant on AI. It's gotten boring to me. I look at it and I'm like, oh, it's an AI thing. Cool. Not impressed with it at all. So I look at Mignola stuff and I can totally appreciate it. And I'm just glad that it's there because you could tell a live human being did it and it creates conversation because you got people saying, hey, what is this shit? Not everyone that sees it is going to say, oh, that's pretty good. I know there's going to be the people that look at this stuff and say, oh, this is kind of shitty. Like, for example, this is the conversation they're going to have. They're going to look at this and say, oh, his head is too big. What's up with his proportion? Stupid shit like that. Yes, leave me alone, guys. My phone went off. What do you want me to do? Sue me. So, no, I fixed myself. I fixed the mic. See, I caught it within a few seconds. So, Hodden says, I think Ethan had the gun. I think he did. I don't know. I don't know the story. It's available online. Like, if you want to look it up and then send me the link, you could do that because that story is available somewhere. Just look up Mike Mignola, Ethan Van Sciver, Comic-Con. It might have been C2E2 2010, but just look it up and the story is out there. So I don't want to misquote the details. When you look at these boring ass hyper realistically rendered covers that these robots, artists fired out in 2 seconds, that shit bores me to sleep. Bores me to sleep too, 100%. Like, I'm not impressed with hyper detailed stuff. It's design over detail. Do you know how I know that's effective and acceptable? Because Even Carmine Infantino, when I was in school for visual arts, he says to me, design over detail. Well, those are his exact words, but he was very big on designing a panel. You didn't have to be detailed. It just had to look dynamic. And the way to make it dynamic is the design of the panel. How you design the characters in relation to the objects in the panel. Guy in his room says, wow. I hope I didn't misread you there. Makes you miss the days when people actually drew their comics. Hey, I still draw my comics. I definitely tried it. I definitely draw them. So, Alana, do they have a special art class, art school for Pox? Yes, they do. And you people paid for it. You're welcome. Darty says, not all the choices made on proportions and exaggerating and foreshortening of all things that make styles and stylistic franchises, TNMT, Sin City, etc. I can't read that. It says, not all the choices made on proportions and exaggerating all the things that make sense. I don't know what you're saying there. That sounds like a run-on incomplete sentence. So, design over detail. Yes, that is my mantra, inspired by Carmine Infantino. Let me repeat that. That is my mantra, inspired by Carmine Infantino. Design over detail, 100%. Mignola, my hero. Okay, so let me see. I think he's making sense here. Dario is. Mignola drawing that fill-in issue for life on his X-Force run was great. Seeing his Domino and Cable, sheesh. I guess I understood what you said there. So I don't know. I think I understood. Maybe not. But yeah, going back to his HellBoy. So you can see the dark, the flat colors on all. Also, you'll notice with HellBoy is, and going back to the trailer that I played, if you notice the actor on that trailer, do I still have it open here? Yeah, let me go back and, because I want you to see something here. This is why I don't really particularly have any reservations about this rendition of HellBoy in terms of visually with the actor. But if you notice HellBoy's shoulders, how they droop here, and they droop in Mignola's HellBoy's shoulders droop. Now look at the actor that's playing him in the new movie. It doesn't have the broad shoulders. It almost kind of droops. Do they have special reading comprehension for Pox? What if they do? What if they do? You're going to judge me? Well, I want you to judge me. Do it. I don't care. But yeah, so when I saw this trailer, the first thing that came to mind when I saw this HellBoy was the way he looked in Mignola's comics, visually with the drooping shoulders. It's like he kind of caught that. He kind of caught that look. So I was like, okay, I see it. I do kind of see it. Not so much the face though. The face is because with Ron Perlman's HellBoy, there was a lot of prosthetics around the chin and the eyebrows and all that stuff. Like they really went out to make the HellBoy look very non-human. Here it's just the horns or the lack thereof that they applied, and the rest is just face paint. It doesn't look like they put too much visual work on the look of HellBoy in the movie, outside of the fact that, yeah, the shoulders tend to capture that look again to here. So I definitely appreciated that in terms of what they were going visually with HellBoy. Lady Fairlane is a big Ron Perlman fan. Loved him as HellBoy, she says. So why are you laughing at Jolly Green, Massive Panda? He's here to derail the stream with his racism. Don't encourage him. Don't encourage. He's here to laugh at his at racism. We don't want to champion racism here. We want to celebrate diversity. By the way, shout out to the people watching on Rumble. Hail to the people watching on Rumble. And when we do this experiment next week on BitChute, I will also say hail to the people on BitChute. That means that I can't stream on Twitter, but that's fine because nobody's really watching me on Twitter anyway. I've conceded that fact. So I don't mind replacing Twitter with BitChute if it means I'll get actual humans watching me on BitChute. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see what happens. And BitChute, a lot of people from the UK watch BitChute. So that UK audience and that international audience would be definitely a good addition to growing the knowledge of these indie comic outliers. Yes, diversity. We need the versatile head because people like Massive Panda is laughing at us. Even though he says he's a Pac, but he's laughing at us. I don't appreciate that. It's disruptive to our Unita. Jolly Green says it's not racism. I'm trying to listen to hear your experience. You're here to judge my experience, and I take that personally, offensively even. Massive Panda says I should stay loyal to the Communita, or however that would be spelled. You don't need to spell it; just say it. Say Communita, and then you'll understand that it's organic and it's right, 100% right. Jolly Green says, I'm on your team. I can't change that I'm green and you're Korean. No, that's the Quack. He's Korean. I'm a Pac. He's a new white. And you shouldn't stay loyal to the whites because they oppress people like me. They harass people like me, and I don't want to be harassed. So, time for a little promo. Here we go.
Yeah.
Jabba wants me to tell you to draw me as a peanut head.
Okay, I will. A peanut head.
Yeah.
In what way? What's a peanut head?
My head's shaped like a peanut. But I'm telling him no, but Jabba's insisting that I have a peanut head. So
You do kind of have a peanut head.
You know what's sad about that is that I actually had the live stream of Ethan drawing that live, and nobody wanted to buy it. His offensive peanut head drawing of me, nobody wanted to buy it. I could sell for $20 and no one will buy it. Why are people laughing? This is not funny. It's not funny. I'd be annoyed too if I had to draw my head and shape it like a peanut because of harassment from the chat. Yeah, peanuts are good. They're good to eat, but they're not good to make fun of because they save lives, and my head is shaped like a human skull. I don't care what anybody says. No, don't laugh, Carol. Don't laugh. It's not funny. Speaking of funny, I found this online today, so I want to share it with you guys. Enjoy. Oh, that's sexy. Yeah. I figured an hour of jumping would be fun because why not? Aladdin auditioned for this, but they told him he was still. Oh, go nuts! Nuts to that, Carol. Nuts to that. Oh wait, did Lady Fairlane say she'd buy the Ethan Man Skyver drawing my peanut head? Hold on, she said she would buy it for me. So wait, hold on. I gotta find it first. Let me find it because I don't want to just sell it and not have it. I mean, I have it, but I want to just find it first. I can't believe she actually said she'd buy it. Someone's actually gonna buy that peanut head drawing. Hold on. Let me look for it. Gotta go through my stuff here, my workspace, so to speak, if you will. Yes, I have an interesting workspace of stuff. But yes, apparently we may have a buyer for the peanut head. Let me check over here because why not? I can make my money too. I'm allowed. I'm a peaceful Pac that gives you guys the butters, and you throw mayonnaise at me for no reason. None whatsoever. And I don't deserve that. I deserve because what happens is, if I'm doing my thing, and I'm being all inspirational and artistic, you let other people in the chat sway you away, and they turn you against me, and it's hurtful because we're trying to bring healing to this community, but you allow the buyers to come in and do their thing. It's not right. Speaking of not right, I finally have somebody interested in buying the Peanut Head drawing, and I can't find it. It's here somewhere. I know it is. I have faith. I have faith it's here. So, where did I put it? I can't believe I am using this time right now to find the damn Peanut Head drawing that for the longest time I was trying to sell off, and now I got somebody interested in buying it, and I can't find it. It's my luck. It is absolutely my effing luck. It's here somewhere, though. I know it is. I have faith it's here. Wow. I don't see it. All the times I try to get someone to buy it, and now it's finally. Wait, is it over here? I know it's here somewhere. I will look for it. I throw in the Quran, I will find it. It is here somewhere. I know it's here because I've seen it every day. I've seen it every day, and now I can't find it. Lady Fairley, I will definitely look for it. I promise you. Okay. Before you submit anything in terms of compensation, let me find it. That way, I can produce it to you and show you that yes, I do have it, and then we can go ahead and I can go and pay my groceries with that money. I can buy a pack of fruit with it, and that'll be my month's dinner. And then I can say yes, I don't have to starve for the month, so it works out well. Okay, let's see. Is it here? Is it here? I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm gonna do it because I can. I'm allowed. I'm totally allowed. Okay, let me just go back to the chat for a second because I don't want to deviate. Let's see here. Scroll down a little bit. Of course I have it. Absolutely not. How much for the Peanut Head? Oh, even Compop is asking for it. Holy crap! Should I do a bidding on it? Wait, don't bid on it yet. Don't bid on it yet. Let me find it. Let me get it. I'm totally not a hack. I'm not Wiggle. I'm totally not a hack. Okay, she says to find it later. Okay, so I'll have to find it later. Actually, what I'll do is when I find it, maybe at the next stream, I will go ahead and present it, and then I will see if I can get a buyer from it. After holding it for a year, holding that damn thing for a year, I'll finally get a buyer. Isn't that amazing? Like, it's insane that it took my suffering to actually get someone to want to buy it. It shouldn't have had to come to that, but it did. So, dollar signs, yeah, I suppose. I mean, I think I'm worth it. I'm totally worth it. Why wouldn't I be worth it? I can have those. I can has the money. Just like Mignola. Like Mignola, he was having the money when he was doing his work, and now he's one of the most accomplished creators out there with an IP that is now getting a fourth film. This is the fourth Hellboy movie that's coming out. So, you ain't built this shit. You ain't no Wiggle either. Hey, I built my community. My community follows me, and they revere me because they don't mock me. They don't harass and insult me. They love me. 100% they love me. Continuing on with the Hellboy stuff. So, so before I here's another one of his Hellboy artwork. And again, going with the flat colors. I like this one. This is the one I used for the thumbnail for the stream. And with very simple colors, he makes it very moody. Very moody. Probably under the D-word table. Of course you think it is. Of course. But absolutely dynamic with regards to the flat colors and the shadows. Another rendering of it. So, but as much as he was great with Hellboy and the way he brought Hellboy to life, yeah, the limited palette color is very underrated in comics. Very underrated. Scott McCloud did the same thing with his Sculptor graphic novel. It used the heavy usage of blue and black. That's kind of where I got my inspiration for B Citizen Road Warrior Drake's color palette with the blue, black, and the grays and the variations of those, because it helps with mood, but there's also certain nuance to it when you use it. Not everybody can use it with every single IP. You got to know when to use it, because if not, it may undermine the story you're telling and the character you're telling it with. So, Katie just says, reminds me of the Gorillas art, if that makes any sense. Oh, yeah. You know what? Absolutely. As a matter of fact, let's look that up to see what she's talking about. I know exactly what she's talking about, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Let's see here. Yeah, let me pick a good example of the Gorillas art. What's a good example? Well, because I'm seeing some examples of it, but they don't really. Okay, this might be the best one. Yeah, this might be the best one. Jamie Hewlett. Let me get. Here we go. So kind of like that. Yeah, there's some similarities there. What do you guys in the chat think? You think there's some similarities there? Oh, look, it's my abuser Shifter. He's here to harass me. Of course he is. Yeah, Massive Panda agrees. He says, definitely could see that. Jamie Hewlett was a beast of an artist. Yeah, and he had a wide range of style, because if you go up here, you can see he experiments with different. No, I don't want your cookies. Get out of here. So he knew how to work with various shades of colors for depth, and definitely working with more detail in some styles. So he had a good variety of style, or variation of style, I should say. First thing that came to your mind. Yeah, and Master Panda totally agreed with that too. So definite agreement in regards to Jamie Hewlett with Mike Mignola. Oh, look, it's Lord Raptor Jesus. He's here in the chat. No, don't encourage the peanuts, Lord Raptor. Don't encourage it. I'm trying to find that damn Ethan Van Sciver drawing. He did a peanut. I actually have somebody interested in buying it, and I can't freaking find it. I do, however, see Carol Color's table that she threw at me. That horrific table of insult and pain that she threw at me. I definitely still have that. But yeah, I was told I should look for it later, but no, I'm inspired to look for it now because people actually now want it. They wait till I can't find it to not want it. This is stupid. It's totally abusive. It just is. I think it's abusive because watch. I'm gonna find it at the end of the stream and say, fuck, I had a chance. So I'm gonna remind you guys before I stream that I'm gonna find it, and we're gonna do that bidding next week. We're actually gonna bid on that damn thing. Yeah, I'm gonna bid on that peanut head drawing. Finally gonna make some money off of it and get it off my hands because I deserve it. And of course, drawing more tables, Carol does, because all she does, that's all that she can bring is violence and the destruction of feng shui. Massive Panda says, I have a couple of collected volumes of Hewlett's Tank Girl. The art was so good. There's nothing that I couldn't draw. Oh, there's nothing he couldn't draw and make look absolutely awesome. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about Tank Girl. That style is kind of reminiscent of Tank Girl. You're right. I totally forgot about those. It's reminiscent because it's the same artist, but I'm talking about in terms of Mignola. But yeah, absolutely. I totally forgot about that. It's probably worth millions. Are you talking about my Ethan Van Sciver peanut head drawing? I don't know. I feel like you're being passive aggressive there, Comp Pop. I don't know. You're not a creator, Carol. You're usurping my trademark. You're usurping it. Oh man, we got a bidding war for a drawing that I don't have in my hands. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna play a quick clip. Okay. I'm gonna give myself a couple minutes to freaking find this thing. What should I play? Let me play. Let's play this. Spider Girl. That is a very short clip. It's too short for my liking because it didn't give me enough time to find the peanut head drawing, which for the longest time, for the ever longest time, I had in my possession. Where the hell did it go? Like, all times for me to lose it. It's here somewhere. I know it is. And you're probably saying, friggin' Elasman, look for it later. No, I'm motivated by money. I need to find it now. I have to find it now because now more than ever, I am moved. I am moved by hey, what is that? Oh, that's not. I am moved by my desire to succeed, my desire to grow my empire, my desire to be adored and cherished, because I'm not adored and cherished right now because the anti-pop sentiments. And yes, I am breaking stuff down because I'm an artist and I'm emotionally unstable. I can do those things. Because when you talk about my story, you're gonna remember the time I busted things all over the place because I'm emotionally unstable. Because that is what, as an auteur, I do, which is emotionally unstable things. I'm emotionally damaged. I don't know if you knew this, but I am. I really am. And the comments are going nuts here, which I like. So let's see. What are we talking here? So let's see, scroll down here a little bit. No, don't encourage Carol, Lord Raptor. You know better than that. Why is Spider-Girl cooking? Why isn't she cooking? Why isn't she cooking? Is this a cooking channel now? Do you have a problem with Spider-Girl's cooking? Wait, why am I showing this? I need to go back to Mignola. Let me go back to Mignola here. Hold on. Let's go back to holy crap. What the hell? What the hell is this? Holy crap. Oh yeah. I totally forgot. Mignola did the cover for what do you call it? For He-Man. Remember Revelations? That shitty, horrific TV series that Netflix vomited to the society? Well, he did the cover for the comic book prequel. And that was the cover for it. And yeah, this is an example. Can I enlarge this? I should be able to enlarge this, but it's not letting me enlarge. Here we go. Okay. Let me open up, share this tab here. And there we go. So this is an example of how a style does not translate well. Look at the He-Man, for example. This is a case where the artist's style does not work. Let me go back here to the skipping a few comments here. Yeah, that was his cover for the Revelation prequel. Yeah, that is Mignola's artwork for. This is an example of how it doesn't work. So you can see how it looks great for HellBoy because it fits the thematic of HellBoy and the storytelling, but not for this. Not for this. And this is why, like, some styles don't work with other characters. Why is He-Man? And when this cover came out, it caused a lot of hoopla because they're like, "Wait, what is wrong with Mignola? Like, what is he doing?" They all saw it and thought to themselves, "This is a joke, right?" Like, and no shade on Mignola at all, none. But as you can see, his style only works with HellBoy because it's synonymous with HellBoy. And it goes back to my original point about how I talked about like being hesitant on letting other people draw my character for stories because my style is synonymous with the character and vice versa. And whether you agree with it or not, that's fine, but that's my story and I'm sticking to it. And same thing with Mignola. Like it works with HellBoy, but not with other characters. And we saw what he did with Wolverine and Batman and the Joker. And those came out good, but for some reason with the Masters of the Universe, it doesn't translate well. Look at the Skeletor. It doesn't translate well. Again, compare it with what he did with HellBoy here, or even here. And the style translates well there, but back to here, it doesn't. Not at all. No, I don't skip anything, Carol. I just have to catch up. And by the way, how many times do my comments get skipped over on some of these streams? Like, How many times does Lord Raptor skip over my comments or Wiggle skip over my comments? I'm allowed some vengeance, Carol. You cannot silence me, and I won't allow you to silence me. Again, this was not Mignola's best work, and I show this not to mock the guy at all. I'm showing it because what works in one character doesn't work in another character. There's no such thing as a universally good style. It's to me, the style works with whatever IP or characters you're drawing with. So, Philip, I love Mignola, but that He-Man is the worst. Yeah, this is an example. Like when I do these streams, this is an example of how an Outliers style doesn't work. Like I will say this: like if you had Rob Liefeld draw Hellboy, in my personal opinion, it would visually suck. Let me say that again. If you had Rob Liefeld draw Hellboy, I think it would visually suck. Because it doesn't fit his style doesn't fit Hellboy. I can't imagine Rob Liefeld or even Jim Lee drawing Hellboy and having the same effect or feel that Mignola's work gives it. Lord Raptor's held to the one and only Duck Lord. Sure. Thank you. I appreciate the shout out. Pock Clout. He's going for the Pock Clout. Colin says the Masters of the Universe picture looks half baked. I'm wondering if that's what it was, because it's definitely not his strongest piece. I hate to say that he half-assed it, but it kind of looks like he did. Like his coloring style is there, and you can see the visual cues for Hellboy, but it's definitely not his best work. It's not good. I get skipped over 2 UAs, but no, you see people. No, it's not the same thing, Carol. It's not the same thing. So, Lord Rab says, "I'm sorry." No, you're not. You and Wiggle and the rest of you enjoy skipping over my comments. Don't think I've forgotten. I had not forgotten. Because guess what? 2 could play that game. Oh, I mean, thank you for commenting in the chat and for aiding my algorithm. I appreciate you, LRJ. I appreciate you. Mazapanas, remember when the Image founders swapped titles for a month and drew one of their peers' issues? I wonder if Larson liked that Savage Dragon issue that Jim Lee drew, since Larson drew another version. I can tell you right now that artists that stick to their one characters, they're very protective and very territorial over their characters. So when I say that I'm not keen on having other artists draw Road Warrior Drake for future stories, I'm not speaking as someone that's outside of that frame of thinking. I speak what other artists think about their own characters. I'm just vocal about it because I can be. So, judge me. I don't care. That's just me. This is a good example, says Carol. Says Katie did. See, I know what I know what I'm talking about. Like, when I see this hard on, and I'm gonna be frank. When I see this hard on for like, oh, my good art, or like artist A isn't as good as artist B, I'm like, well, it's all relative to the character and the story that's being drawn. And I laugh when someone says, well, that artist is good versus the other artist. And I'm like, well, what did the artist draw? Because can that style translate well to that other character? And like I said, I'll go back and say this. I said, like, if Rob Liefeld drew Hellboy, it wouldn't be as good or as effective as how Mike Mignola does it. How about if George Perez drew Charles Schultz's Peanuts in his style? You think it'd be good? I would say no. I would say it would lose its charm. It would stop being entertaining. We're not ready to have that conversation, are we? No, we're not ready to have that conversation because it will offend some egos, because some people think that they're self-appointed gurus and they can call other people's work shit. And look, I get it. Artists are very competitive. They're very territorial with their stuff. I get it, you know. But I'm not quick to say someone's book is shit because it doesn't look like someone else's work. No, I don't judge artwork based on that. I don't judge comic books based on that. I judge it on its own merits. But I also say that if it works for book A, it may not work for book B. And this is a perfect example of it. How Mignola's work, as great as it is with Hellboy, and as good as it was with his other earlier work, like this one, for example, with the Death in the Family, or the Batman collection, or even the X-Force stuff that we just showed earlier, it doesn't translate well to something like this. I guess Mike had an oof day, says Hothead. Well, in fairness, though, to Mike, the entire Revelations thing was bullshit to begin with. Everything about that show tied to it was garbage. And I did a couple of videos on the He-Man Revelation stuff like a couple years ago. If you guys ever want to check it out. But what it boils down to is that people that worked on that show really didn't care about the character, the canon, the lore. Kind of like current Lucasfilm with Star Wars. All canon and lore is thrown out the window for their own interpretation. And just like Star Wars, it's shit. Absolute dog shit. So I can't give Mike any gump for this because it's tied to a series that was dog shit to begin with. So maybe he reflected the dog shit attitude of the show by making. No, I don't want to say that because, like I said, Mignola's style is good. It's good for Hellboy. It may be good for other stuff, but it didn't translate well for He-Man. It's not good for He-Man. Mazapan says, "Oh God, that wouldn't work at all. I bet Jim Lawson from Ninja Turtles would draw an awesome Hellboy. Definitely haul it, or maybe even Mobius would pull off a good Hellboy. Maybe." So you're talking about like various styles that are somewhat similar, which I would agree with that. But I'm saying like take someone like a George Perez or a John Byrne from that sphere of the comic world and have them translate these characters in their style, and I would say no, it wouldn't work at all. It would actually be terrible. Katie says, "I see what you're saying. Each artist is good in their own way when it comes to their style of drawing. It makes sense." See that I'm glad you see that, and that's what I'm trying to show with these streams is maybe this dogmatic limited view of art hurts the indies. It hurts comics and storytelling in general because you're putting pressure on people that are doing their best storytelling, but are being told, no, your work is shit because it doesn't look like this guy's work. And I'm like, okay, there are no rules that says that each comic has to look the same or it has to match a certain standard. And I get that there are standards, but that's what it is. It's a standard. But if Eastman and Laird were held up to those same standards, not only would they not be able to make their books, but we wouldn't have Ninja Turtles today, and it wouldn't spawn the various types of books and characters that we have today. It would have killed the industry. This type of bullshit thinking kills productivity. So yeah, you could say that I'm very antithetical to that. Colin says, "I'm not judging life out of a sense of competition." I don't know why you jumped to that. Well, I'm not talking about you specifically, but that mentality does exist, though, Colin. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't exist. It does exist. There are people that hold certain artists to a standard and think that that artist is the be-all, end-all of comic productivity. And I'm like, yeah, but their work would suck if you put it in with this IP. The comic art must complement the story. It has to complement the story. Can someone not like how someone's work looks? Oh, absolutely. Totally 100%. I mean, listen, in that aspect, art is subjective. You don't have to like one person's art style. You could say, I'm not a fan of Mignola, or I'm not a fan of Charles Schultz. I don't like Von Bodie. I don't like Ipatu, for example. You can say things like that. And it's perfectly okay to say that. It's perfectly okay to have a preference. But and I'm not saying you specifically, Colin, but you don't have to like someone's artwork, but it doesn't mean that their artwork doesn't have value. That's what I'm trying to say. Just because you don't like someone's artwork or their style, it doesn't mean there isn't any value. And these streams have proven that. Someone can say one's artwork is shit, but then his artwork drew enough of an audience to make One Punch Man. And I get it that it took Murata to come in and redraw his old stuff, but that the man wasn't there if it weren't for one actually doing the work and getting enough people to be invested in the character. And he had people telling him, "Oh, your work is shit. You're not gonna make it." He said, "Fuck you, I'm gonna do it," and he did it, and he became very popular of a creator, and One Punch Man became popular because of it. Because he said, "Fuck you, I'm doing it anyway. Can't tell me my work is shit. I don't care what you think. I care what the market says." It's all about the market. It's always about the market. It ain't about what a fellow creator says. It's what does the market say? Does the market like your work or not? Going back to the chat. Master Panda says, exactly. Silvestri and the others would always said that Jim Lee drew correctly, but there's a lot more cartoony stuff that I think Lee's art would be unnecessary on. Henry Thrun says, hail Henry Thrun. Hail. Katie just says, when I watched it as a kid, looking back now, I noticed it was so badly drawn. It's the kind of shit you don't see when you're a kid. Scrolling down to the chat, Master Panda here says, I see what you're saying. How do you think Ed McGuinness would do on a Hellboy drawing? He usually draws superheroes, but I think that will look badass. Well, here's the thing. I mean, if you're talking about somebody that can actually adapt their style and maybe conform to the story being told, yeah, I mean, absolutely. If we're talking about an artist that can actually adapt his style, or not adapt, but conform his style to the story being told, perhaps, but it might lose some of its charm too, because a lot of Hellboy's charm is the visual style that Mignola brought to the table. I can't see Hellboy in comic form looking any other way outside of this. But hey, maybe that's just me being dogmatic. Who knows? Angela Curry says, "Hey guys, cheers! Welcome, Angela Curry. Welcome." Scroll down more. Just so I can catch up to the chat, because when I ramble, you guys are on fire in the chat, and I appreciate that. Henry Thune says, yeah, I hated Transformers animated. For Transformers, I prefer much more realistic art style. So that's another example, Henry, of that art style that we use in Transformers. That art style may work in some other cartoons, but in Transformers, yeah, it sucked. I really hated that art style because I grew up on the 80s Sunbow Transformers cartoons that were animated by Toei. That's how it works, and that's why, like, the Image Comics Transformers is popular now, because it's calling back to that G1 style, which works for the Transformers. I would say it does it better than the original Marvel run of Transformers, because I have the IDW reprints in the State Store. I have the IDW reprints of the Marvel Transformers run, and I didn't particularly like the way the characters were drawn. I mean, it was drawn better than how it looks with some of these cartoons, but I preferred the way it was drawn with the G1 cartoons. So, Master Panda, he's dropping some knowledge here. He says, Glenn O'Leary from the Comic Book Palace hates Ed McGuinness and John Romita Jr.'s work. That's mind-blowing to me because I love both of those guys' art. So, yeah, it goes back to preference, but I like Romita's Spider-Man. I think my favorite Spider-Man art is from John Romita. That's the style that's synonymous to me when I think of Spider-Man is John Romita. So I can't imagine people not liking it, but it's preference. It's total preference here. But it just goes to show you that we can have a debate about what's good or not, and it's all fruitless because at the end of the day, does the art service the story? Henry Thrun is hanging out with his family, and hopefully he can pull away and catch some of Lord Raptor's 12-hour stream that's coming up tonight. Oh yeah, by the way, did I forget to mention that tonight at 10 o'clock, Dark Gift is streaming the Slumlord stream, and after that is Lord Raptor stream. So you get a triple header here tonight on Wednesdays. With Dark Gift doing his indie cockfight on Thursdays, I become part of the triple header. So you'll get me from 8 to 10, and you'll get Dark Gift from 10 to 12, and Lord Raptor from 12 to whenever time ends. So a triple header tonight for sure. So a lot of slums representation. So Earl Jr.'s art is good. I'm not a fan of his modern style. I don't know how you can hate McGuinness though. Again, this is why, like I say, you as the market should decide what is good and if it does the story well. Again, Romita's artwork stood the test of time. So If people don't like it, it doesn't matter because his art became synonymous with some of the best Spider-Man stories, including the wedding of Peter Parker and Mary Jane. Yeah. Catching up with the chat here. How can you hate Transformers Animate when it has chin? Grand and glorious chins, says Colin. I'm anti-chinite, I guess. So, okay, scroll down more. Yeah, to me, that's my favorite artwork for the Spider-Man was Romita's run. I think it was best up there. So scroll down here. Oh wait, Lord Raptor says no show tonight. Oh, you promoted your stream on my chat, which I didn't highlight, but still, you promoted your stream in the chat, and then I gave you a shout out and said you're streaming tonight, and you tell me you're not streaming tonight. You wasted my bandwidth, Lord Raptor, on telling people you were streaming. So that means it's going to be me and Dark Gift tonight. So okay, guys, retraction. I'm offering an official retraction. It's a double header tonight. It's this stream, and then at 10 o'clock, it's going to be the Slum stream on Dark Gift's channel. Because Lord Raptor wants to be a hack. Stealing Wiggles' trademark and being a hack. You are a hack. I can't believe I wasted bandwidth and time. Oh, now he's going to say I can stream on 3 to 4 in the morning. I'll be asleep. So, well, the UK will be awake, so you might get their audience. So, yeah, you could do that, I suppose. But you maybe promote a show that's not happening. Oh, shut up, Carol. You be quiet, Carol. You be quiet. You can't come on my stream tonight to promote tomorrow's stream. You got to go on Darkest stream at midnight and promote tomorrow's stream. That's how this works. Those are the rules of cross-promotional. They're probably not, but I made that up. But still, Carol harassed me, so I'm gonna just go back at her for that because she did. So, let's see here. Words are hard. You leave me alone. You leave me alone. So I should fact check my sources. I should fact check my sources because I thought he was streaming tonight. I thought he was streaming tonight, but I guess I'm wrong. So. Still, I'm not wrong. I really am not wrong, but I know why this is happening because I can't find that damn Peanut Head drawing, and this would be a perfect night to do a freaking. I'm gonna give myself 2 minutes. I'm gonna give myself 2 minutes, and okay, I'll give myself 30 seconds for this one. I'm gonna do a quick perusal while you guys watch this.
Holy, breaking and entering! It's Batgirl!
Quick, Batgirl, untie us before it's too late.
It's already too late. I've worked for you a long time, and I'm paid less than Robin. Same job, same employer means equal pay for men and women.
No time for jokes, Batgirl.
It's no joke. It's the federal equal pay law.
Holy act of Congress!
If you're not getting equal pay, contact the Wage and Hour Division, U.S. Department of Labor.
Yeah, that's a very short commercial. That's a very short commercial. But I'm glad I had it because it is comic themed and not many people know about it. So I figured I'll just play it here. I'm really going to kick myself when I find it. If I find that damn card and then the stream ends and I don't get to do a bidding war on it. I guess it's funny. I'll probably do it for next week and then no one's going to show up for it. That'll be the best joke ever, right? Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Bastard Panda gives another example. He says, I think I have a perfect example of what I was talking about earlier. Ron Lim, who did a bunch of Marvel stuff, his work on those old Archie Sonic comics, meh. They look kind of screwy. Yeah, not all art styles work on certain characters. Maybe I'll launch my campaign at Lord Raptors. What do you think? I think if Lord Raptor was my friend, he would ban you from doing that because he would protect my IP, my trademark, and my dignita. So he wouldn't do that to me. He's my friend. Oh, betrayal. Oh, really? Oh, guys, we have a betrayal. A betrayal. This is the betrayal right here. You have nothing on Dark Gift. Lord Raptor betrayed me. It just happened right here. And that's the fucking show because he betrayed me. It's a PSA, not a commercial. Your semantics shifter don't unhinge me. They're semantics. because it's 30 seconds, and I'm gonna call it a commercial because I can do that. I'm allowed. Don't encourage. See, why do you have betrayed me, Lord Raptor? See, look, even guy in his room is throwing tables because of the betrayal. Total betrayal. Yes, no, you have stabbed me in my back. You stabbed me in the back now. Because now you're platforming one of my biggest abusers who has ever breathed oxygen. Total betrayal of the heart, Lord Raptor. This is truly the end of the slums. See, look, he's throwing boobs. That's how much you offended guy in his room, Lord Raptor. Total betrayal of the heart. Guys, the slums has officially ended tonight. Lord Raptor has betrayed me. The death of the slums has happened. I don't have friends, Colin. They're all people that want to see me fail. They want this community to dissolve. And you saw it happen in real time tonight. I don't make this shit up. It happens. It's like the Last Supper up. And it really is. It really is. And the thing is, there's no crows to cock 3 times in the morning. This is going to be an endless betrayal of me. See, look, Carol Keller has already groomed a guy in his room now. Now she's see what I mean? See what's happening here? And Shifter, I bet Shifter's the happiest person tonight. The happiest person tonight is Shifter. Because he was the first abuser, and now he's seeing an army of abusers finally doing what he couldn't do alone. He's sitting back with his popcorn in his hand and enjoying the destruction of this Pac. You guys have made him happy tonight, but you have sacrificed the community to make this happen. Honey, I've been saying it for the longest. They got to stop flipping those damn tables, but they don't listen. They want violence. See, look, he confesses. See, Lord Raptor's throwing tables too now. See, he has acknowledged the end of the slums. This is it, folks. It's the end of the slums. It's happening right here. All because Mike Mignola had to draw this. That's why. That's why this is happening. Because Mignola thought he could do He-Man. He couldn't do it. He gave us geriatric He-Man. I have no friends, Colin. I have people that are just sticking around to see me eventually fall, and then they're going to be there to give their story and say, I was there when I saw Elasmat fall, and it broke my heart, and it rained that day, and the birds sang the gloomy song, and then I wrote a poem and did a book in honor of Elasmat because he influenced me. That's what you're going to do. People that say they're my friends are just waiting to tell their story, so they can be in the spotlight, and they can do their own community thing. It is Mignola's fault. It's all Mignola's fault. I am uppity, Lord Raptor. I'm totally uppity. You did this. No, I shouldn't take your friendship, Kyle. You should sell it because it's worth money. It's valuable. Don't ever sell yourself short. You should value it. And at least make money for it. At least pay your bills with it, at least. Blame Elasmat. They do, Shifter. They all do. And you had a hand. And see, even my dogs are going against me now. Shut up. See, everybody's going against me. The slum is a state of mind. Well, the mind is retarded right now. And you think it fall apart in this chat. No, I can't read this because I don't know what he means by this. I really wish I could find that damn Ethernet Skyler peanut head. Is it over here? Let me check something. Is it here? No, it's not here. Not here on this side of the room. Not here on this side of the room. I know I had it within my vicinity. I know I did. And the funniest thing is that once the stream ends and I'm going to find it, I'm going to be so pissed off. And the thing is, I don't know who to be pissed off at. I don't know who to be. Wait, is that it? Shut up. I don't know who to be pissed off at with it. I can't. You know what's funny is that if I was an OnlyFans model and my camera was on, you guys would be throwing super chats right now at what my camera's capturing. But I'm not going to turn my camera on. Leave my dogs alone, Robert. They're my therapy dogs. Leave them alone. How dare you? Colin says, is your side of the friendship isn't valuable, my fellow Pac? My friendship is good enough to move bricks for the pyramids that people like Caleb are building. The sweat of my back. Something has to be lost for it to be replaced. Well, there you go. There you go. See? It's happening right now, folks. It's all happening. It's all happening. Actually, let me play Okay, I'm gonna play a minute of this just because I gotta find that card. Here's a minute of this. Enjoy. So no, I have not found it yet. So I guess I'm gonna have to just do a complete purge of my area to find it. It is here somewhere. Totally here. So, rumble, rumble. So, no, I don't need therapy. I just need to find the card and pay my bills. That's all I need. I don't have fetishes. I'm warm blooded. I'm warm blooded. So. No, that's an adult. Totally an adult. Trust me, I found out that's an adult. As a matter of fact, let me confirm that because I am not going to be accused of anything. Hold on, because I do my research. So let me find that right now. Totally do my research. But in the meantime, I'm going to find that card. I'm totally going to find it. So. Let's see here. By the way, that lady I just showed, Dasha Samanova, is 23 years old. She's not a minor. She's 23. See, I vet my videos, guys. I totally vet my videos. She's 23 years old. Yes, Shifter. Dasha Samanova, and she's 23, confirmed. So yes. No, she's not my wife. So I will avert my eyes. And we're going to look at this drawing of Mike Mignola's He-Man. We'll do that. So. Then again, is it I don't mean to bust Mike Mignola's chops like that. I really don't. It's just that this actually provoked some deep conversation about the art, about the view of art. You know what I mean? Like the view of and my own gripe with it in the community as well. So that's why I'm harping on this particular piece, because it really just drove the point home for a lot of us. So yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm gonna get away from this piece because I again, I'm not trying to shit on the guy. I really like. HellBoy is definitely his golden boy, as well as Ape Sapien and Lobster Johnson, like those characters, and the way he does them, those are his bread and butter. And even Lobster Johnson, like you can see with Lobster Johnson, like there's a definite slight move with his style, but it still works better that way. It works better, and you can see here, like the line work, it looks a bit more polished than with his HellBoy, but his color palette is still the same. Mignola's art lends itself more to the grotesque and otherworldly type of genre. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Horror, obviously. Horror or like variations of horror. So this may have been mentioned earlier, but why doesn't he give them shoulders? That's his style. And honestly, I don't know how late you came into the stream, Henry Thrun, but where's the trailer? Okay. So we were talking about the new HellBoy movie coming out, the Crooked trailer. The Crooked Man. And I made the comment that the actor here is replicating that non-shoulder look with the character. So that I caught that with the trailer. Like, you know what? Visually, maybe not so much in the face, but that the shoulder look is actually more in tune with what Hellboy looks like in the comics. Because in the other iterations of Hellboy with Ron Perlman and then the other actor's name, I forgot his name, but they have more broader shoulders. They will look more broader and stockier portrayals. This one here seems to be more in line with Mignola's droopy Hellboy look. Compound I like that. Did he have Did he himself have droopy shoulders? It's a good question. There's actually a picture of Mignola somewhere. Let's see. Well, no, here he is. That's not droopy shoulders. Totally not droopy shoulders. Maybe a fat man even. Who knows? Yeah, many of us were unaware of it. The last one was not good, but this new one here, the Crooked Man, is actually being worked on with Mignola himself. So he's actually involved in this, much like Frank Miller was involved with Sin City. And the thing with this trailer, and if you want to go back and look at the trailer or the stream so you can see it for yourself, but I'll do a quick perusal here. Visually, it looks like a very low-budget independent movie. Let me just play without the sound here, but yeah, it looks very low budget. Not that it isn't well shot. It could be very much well shot, but you're going to notice how the colors are desaturated, with the exception of Hellboy himself, which is effective because, well, even he's a little desaturated. It looks like a Netflix adaptation. Definitely more horror themed or horror inspired, but it's very desaturated. Yeah, I love the Del Toro movies too. It is a new actor. It's the third actor playing Hellboy. I think Mignola is doing smaller shows to emphasize the next silhouette. Yeah, I think it's his thing because as we start with He-Man, let me just pause for a second. But if you go back to his He-Man, he does the same thing with the droopy shoulders too. So I think that's his signature. That's just the way he interprets people when he draws them. It works with Hellboy, but it doesn't work with He-Man or even Skeletor. Yeah, it does make them look lanky and creepy, which is why it's He-Man and Skeletor. Well, hold on, oh no, hold on. Can you guys see it? Okay. Hold on. My thing is doing the weird thing with the browser. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start exiting out some of these windows because here we go. Okay, good. My StreamYard is going bonkers, but okay. Yeah, I just think he does that thing where it's a signature, but it doesn't work well with other characters. So hold on. Am I getting a DM? I think I'm getting a DM. Oh no, I'm not. I thought it was important, but I'm not. Okay, Master Panda. Oh wait, my thing is going nuts again. Yeah, my screen is going nuts here. But Master Panda says, I love Mignola's honesty. I recall hearing him in an interview where he said he did everything in his power to draw complex vehicles, tons of building, etc. Ha, can't even blame him. Ha. You know, some artists are actually honest about them being able to draw certain things and not being able to draw others. So I'm gonna stop my camera for a second. Yeah, I'm gonna just exit out of the OBS just because it's acting very funky on me. Well, the computer is. It's doing that thing again. I hate when it does that thing. It's 9:51 anyway, so we're gonna start ending the stream soon. But Colin says, I suck at drawing cards. That's why in comics they have artists that just specifically do backgrounds. So yeah, that is a thing. Like some artists will be good at one thing and not at others. So you'll have artists they're good at inking. Some are good at line work. Some are just good at penciling. So it's not wrong to say that you're only good at certain things artistically. It's okay to acknowledge your. I'm gonna stop sharing for a second. it's okay to acknowledge your limitations as an artist, because that means you emphasize your strength in other areas. Perfectly okay to say that. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because it's not how we roll here, folks. Not how we roll here. Mazapan, he wanted to avoid drawing those things. Yeah, look, it just goes back to what I'm saying. Some artists can't do certain things, and nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that, because you got to recognize the limitations as an artist, because then you can focus on your strengths in other areas. So, I hate when my browser does that. It's so stupid. It really is. So I'm gonna just go ahead and shut some windows down, and then StreamYard, you're killing me here. StreamYard's killing me here. Hold on, I'm gonna kick myself. I'm gonna kick myself out first. So hold on. I have to go to the StreamYard on my browser on my phone, because it's doing the thing where things turn black on me, and I hate that. It turns African American on me. Yes, I said that. It turns African American on me. And then I have to log in. Damn it. Actually, maybe if I get out. Hold on. I'm gonna kick myself out for a second. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. There we go. Very quick. We'll stop drawing everything and focus on one thing, says Colin. Yeah, just focus on your strength as an artist. There's no shame in, you can't draw everything, and there's nothing wrong saying that. Nothing wrong saying that. Draw what you're good at and just focus on that, and you'll have an effective story. So, Ghana says, last Mets connection. Yeah, I want to throw tables on that too. So, anyway, I'm going to call it a stream here. No, don't do that, Carl. No, you saw, you had to do that thing, didn't you? You had to get the abusers to come in there and do that thing, right? Every time something happens to me and I try to keep the stream focused, I try to do that thing, and you people got to go in there and you got to do the awful thing of harassing me. It doesn't end well every time, right? I got to be the one to take the shit and the brunt, because you guys can't just